Do y'all love Power Rangers, bro? Because I know I do. And ever since it's been gone, I've been spiraling. It felt like a piece of my life has been taken away from me, gang. And it has gotten so bad that I have started watching Euphoria. I am fully caught up with Euphoria. And now I just look back and reminisce about the old times with Power Rangers. And one of the best things about the series was the collabs. Just watching a team that you've seen grow throughout a whole series come back in the new series is just satisfying. But you know what is not satisfying? Your favorite team getting their asses absolutely dogged by some ninjas wearing fucking onesies, bro. And I can't lie, bro, the Dino Thunder Ninja Storm crossover damn near made me cry as a little kid, bro. Like seeing my favorite team get absolutely destroyed, no diffed, that shit was just embarrassing. And it's not even the first time that shit happened to me, bro. I was a LeBron fan during the Prime Warriors dynasty. I cannot catch a break. But the episode was absolutely amazing. So let me tell you how it all went down. See, but we start off this episode with Lothar somehow breaking out of hell, and in a way, I'm not even surprised that he broke out, because last time I checked, he has the powers of the whole team, and to be completely real, it was only a matter of time before he got out anyway. But now we cut over to the Rangers hangout spot at the Cyberspace Cafe, and we see Trent and Kira just hanging out studying and shit. And out of nowhere, my Navy Thunder GOAT, my second favorite Ranger of all time, Blake Bradley, walks in. And now we have Kira, the Yellow Ranger, who acts like she can't mind her damn business, just staring at Blake. And she realized, wait, I've seen this dude before. And look, I know that feeling when you recognize somebody but you don't know where you know them from. You just look at them. But she was just staring a hole through, bro. And it got to the point you have the White Ranger Trent just saying, yo, just go ask him. And she responded with, no, I'm not gonna go up to anybody I don't know, which would be valid if she wasn't just straight up staring him down. And you can just look over at Trent and just tell he doesn't give a fuck, bro. He's trying to study, and you can't really blame him. The White Dino Gym messed up his life, so I'm pretty sure his GPA is in hell right now. So finally, Kira builds up the courage to go talk to him. Finally! So she walks up to Blake and asks,
do we know each other?
I don't think so.
Like, you just look so familiar to me.
Then out of thin air, a fan pulls up and gives Blake the biggest aura lob of all time and asks for an autograph. And Blake didn't just give him an autograph, he also gave him the hat off his head. And the whole time, Kira is just confused that he's famous for riding a motorcycle. And I don't know how. Do you see the shit that motorcyclists do? Blake just says, you know what, pull up to my show, let me show you what I can do. And you can just tell that my boy Trent is over there shitting bricks, bro. The girl he's been plotting on for months is getting a free invite to an event by her pro athlete. Even Kira thought Blake was trying to ask her out, but Blake quickly shut that down, bro, because he is with the Blue Wind Ranger Tori and he is not a cheater. Sidetrack, Tori's the GOAT, by the way. But if you never watched this episode before, you're probably asking, why does she think he looks so familiar? Where did she see him from? When Tommy was out of action, he had the Rangers watch some clips of past Ranger teams and past Ranger fights. And my one question about that, how the hell did Tommy Oliver get HD clips of all the Ranger teams before Dino Thunder? Like, it just makes me think, is there somebody canonically going around recording every single fight that the Rangers have?
And like, some of these shows take place in different galaxies, no? But I don't want to think too deep into it, bro. I'm gonna be here for hours if I do. So let's go over to the next scene.
But now we cut over to Wind Rangers. First time we seen them since the last season, by the way. And I have to say something. Not really say, but just ask. They really win? They lost their powers, they sealed him away, but then he broke out like a year later. This is pretty much a Lothar upscale. But we see the Wind Rangers training with their students, which is a high-key callback to the first episode of Ninja Storm when they got dog walked by a whole bunch of students. But this time they actually won. But after training, they realize something isn't right. Their sensei is missing, and that's kind of strange because he told them that he will be there. But just like in PR fashion, they get a random scroll telling them to meet at the highest point in Blue Harbor Bay. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, that's high-key suspicious on his own. Why couldn't he just meet y'all at the dojo? He was already going to be there in the first place. He could have just told y'all whatever he had to say at the dojo. But hey, bro, Let's see where it goes. But back at the Dino Rangers base, we see Tommy Oliver, the GOAT, and Haley looking over at the computer. And it looks to be a glitch or some type of malfunction because it's a giant wave of evil. And little do they know, little does the GOAT Tommy Oliver know that the team from last season failed to clutch up in Game 7. Now their main baddie is back to ruin the whole world. And just because they couldn't finish the job, we have to deal with last season's threat and this season's threat at the same time. Thank you, Ninja Storm. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, Connor, Ethan, and Kira are better people than me, because if that shit happened to me, I am quitting the next day. But it can always be worse. It did get worse. So let me tell you how this man Lothor somehow scammed the Ninja Rangers into joining his side. So we cut over to somebody who appears to be the sensei looking over at this big evil wave, and he just says, "Oh, he's back." I bet he is, bruh. I bet he is. And then he pulls out some new morphers. I mean, these hoes are clean. But this is also a red flag. So you telling me your powers are destroyed, right? There's no way of getting them back. And your sensei just shows up with brand new morphers and powers for you, bro, out of the blue? Yo, they might be ninja masters, but these dudes are just stupid, bro. Yeah, they're dumb. But now that they have their new morphers, they morph. And you guys will never guess, they were spiked. Of course. And the face Lothor made after he just finessed his whole ninja team is high-key pissing me off. Bro thinks shit is all sunshine and rainbows, bruh. Like he is genuinely feeling himself. And I do not blame him whatsoever. He survived to show he is now more powerful than ever. And not only that, he also commands the Rangers who once opposed him. Bro, if I was in his position, I'd be ecstatic right now. But anyways, back to the episode. We cut over to who I believe to be the greatest Green Samurai Ranger. Yes, he is better than Mike from Samurai. You glazers can argue with the wall. But yeah, we have Cam. He's talking to his cousins, Lothor's nieces, by the way, and he's worried. His dad was supposed to be there hours ago, and Cam being this stressed is so reasonable, bro. His dad was a damn guinea pig for a whole year, bro. So you can just imagine the thoughts running wild in Cam's mind right now. And I can guarantee you whatever is about to conspire in the next moment will be 10 times worse than whatever Cam was imagining. But in the meantime, let's get to this motocross event that this boy Blake was gassing at the beginning of the episodes. And to nobody's surprise, Blake absolutely destroys everyone. And I guess his brother, the Red Thunder Ranger Hunter, just sat this one out. I mean, Crimson. Bro, who cares, bro? It's red. Now we're in the woods, bro. This show just moves very fast paced. So we're in a whole nother scene now. But in the woods, Cam finds the note that Lothor sent the Rangers. And he sees a puddle of purple goop next to a footprint. And that's strange. And because he's a mega genius, he instantly clocks that this is slime from the Abyss of Evil. But what is he doing, bro? Cam, you are 2 fingers deep into some purple slime, bro. Looking like Thanos jizz. But Cam put 2 and 2 together and he realized, yo, somebody's attacking the school right now. And for at least the 3rd time, Lothor attacked this dojo. And Lothor's nieces are flabbergasted. They thought the Ranger sealed his ass away. And I did too. Why is he back? And speaking of those ninja frauds, they somehow show up out of nowhere. And Lothor's nieces, they're happy, they're relieved, but they don't have a clue in the world. So they run up to the Rangers thinking that they're going to protect them, saying, yo, Lothor's back. And this man Shane says, yeah, we know. Isn't that great? What do you mean, isn't that great? The girl's face went from confusion to realization to, oh yeah, we're fucked. And it just gets worse. They morph. Being a student at this school has to be hell. These students just got kidnapped a year prior. Now they have to fight their senseis with upgraded powers. They even have the evil ranger buff. Oh god. My only advice to these students is to reincarnate, bro. Maybe in the next life. And Lothor and the Rangers couldn't just settle with beating their asses. They had to seal them away as well. There is actually no benefits to this school. And Lothor's nieces somehow avoided capture by switching up, and Lothor and his new evil ranger started scheming. There's 3 more rangers on his squad. You know, instead of Lothor trying to convert those rangers to be evil, he said, low-key, let's just kill him. We could have had the second coming of the Psycho Rangers, but Lothor said, nah, that's gonna be too much work. But back at the Dino Thunder headquarters, we see Haley still looking at the computer, and she's still trying to figure out what is that strange energy reading. And she narrows it down to the Ninja Academy. Now back at the academy, we see Cam, and he's pretty distraught. The students are missing, the dojo is pretty much destroyed, and the Rangers are nowhere to be found. So he contacts the Crimson Thunder Ranger, Hunter, and he tells him his suspicions of Lothor being back, and also so he can't contact the Wind Rangers. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, Cam, it's time to panic, bro. You're cooked. Yeah, I'm praying for you, bud. But we cut back to Blake and the Dino Rangers. They just chopping it up, chilling after the race, having a good time. And Blake says, yo, y'all trying to hang out or something? They became friends fast, bro. They over here just getting along well and shit. Then that boy Blake hears his communicator going off. It's trouble. So he has to rain check that he can't hang out with the Rangers. Then after that, the Dino Rangers communicators start going off. So you know something about to happen, bro. It's about to get crazy. And the Dino Rangers rush back to base because there are reports of evil Rangers. And Kira, the Yellow Ranger, said, nah, that can't be right. That's impossible. And this is what pisses me off about this whole collab, right? Everybody in this show completely acts oblivious to evil Rangers. Like Trent wasn't an evil Ranger this season. He was dead ass being controlled by that white kidney stone, bro. Like, come on, dog. What are you doing? And it just makes me mad. They're flabbergasted at the thought of an evil Ranger. Like, we haven't seen one earlier this season, bro. Like, don't even piss me off. And Trent didn't even know there were other Rangers left, which is kind of reasonable, bro, because there's no other active teams other than Dino Thunder at the moment. It's not like the Hasbro era when you have like 5 teams active at once. You have Beast Morphers, Cosmic Fury, Mighty Morphin, I think Ninja Steel because Mick showed up in Cosmic. I don't know, bro. Don't ask me. They was just doing shit in the Hasbro era. There's no wonder they left New Zealand, bro. Anyways, Haley shares that the Abyss of Evil has now opened. And everybody genuinely questioned if Lothor's back. And we're about to see one of the most one-sided fights in all of Power Rangers. So both teams pull up to the fight location. The Ninja Rangers, they don't even care. They're not even taking this shit serious, bro. And the Yellow Dino Ranger tells Tori,
I wanna hurt you.
and ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee you that will not be a problem because Tori just beats the brakes off of her, bro. It's just sad. And Ethan, oh my boy Ethan, I love Ethan. He's my favorite Ranger on this team, but my God, this man Dustin is hitting flips on him, bro. Please. This is completely unnecessary, bro. Now we got Red Ranger versus Red Ranger, and it was kind of neck and neck. It was kind of head to head at first. That's what Shane wanted you to believe until he just started going crazy. And then they just got third party by some type of ugly monster that Lothar brought out of the Abyss of Evil. He never talks, bro. They don't talk. And they just got destroyed, bro. And they all got their ass kicked. And Connor, he definitely got the lightest ass whooping, but an ass whipping nonetheless. Like, Shane really had you, Connor, as a grown man gripping your chest, bro. Jeez, bro. Oh my. In the episode, gang, y'all want to know the most messed up, funniest thing about this shit, bro? The other Ninja Rangers were just sitting up there watching this shit go down. And yeah, I know they didn't have powers, but bro, at least try to pitch in and help, bro. Like, shit. But yeah, bro, that was a massacre. So now we have the Dino Rangers. They're back to base after getting their greatest ass whooping since Trent. And the undisputed greatest Power Ranger of all time, Tommy Oliver, started giving them a pep talk.
Take a lot more than what we have to defeat them.
More?
Shit, Kira, I was thinking the same thing. They just embarrassed y'all ass. They embarrassed them so bad, in fact, they had Mesagoth forgetting that there were evil Power Rangers. Like, evil Trent didn't exist and you didn't clone him? Like, bro, what is going on? Mesagoth and Elsa are trying to figure out the origins of these evil Rangers, and they recognize the Kazaks. And they said, there's no way Lothar did this. There's no way Lothar did this right here. Because Lothar is a dumbass. He's just dumb. He's stupid. And it's crazy how he somehow managed to survive this long. And that's part 1 of the Thunderstorm crossover. And this is my first video like this, and I didn't want to overdo it to do both episodes. So if this video does good and y'all like it, I'm going to do part 2 immediately after. I gotta say, man, this part 1, it was pretty good. I like it. Besides the fact that my favorite team got their asses destroyed by one of the most dumbest teams, let's be real, I still like the episode. But my main gripe with this is everybody just straight up forgot that evil Rangers exist, bro. And yes, you can give them the benefit of the doubt by saying, oh, they probably meant evil Ranger teams. But I want to respond to that by saying the Psycho Rangers exist, and you can't be like, oh, they probably don't know about them. This show, Dino Thunder, beats you over the head with Power Rangers knowledge, lore, and history. But you expect me to think that they don't know that the Psycho Rangers even exist, or evil Ranger teams even exist in general, bro? Like, no. And yes, that's a pretty crazy flaw about this crossover, but at the end of the day, it's still pretty good. I love this crossover. Don't get it twisted. This is top 3 Power Rangers crossovers. In my opinion, it's the best one. It's my favorite. So, hey, and to me, you should be able to criticize your favorite piece of media. And if you can't, you're kind of a shill. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a blessed day or night, and see ya.